Okay.
Okay, wait. I am here. It says waiting for Whimsy Dearest, but I'll refresh the page. I
Oh, we're
think.
live.
Oh, okay. Sorry for the technical Oh,
Yep.
okay. I was getting
Yep.
um a weird looping sound because I was hearing my own voice back at me. But so sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone. We're gonna have two other people come join us in the voice chat, but there's unfortunately some weird things going on with Google Hangouts. So we'll get started for now, and hopefully, maybe eventually they'll be able to join the stream with us. Yes, we are live. And I guess someone said, am I Mama Bruno now? I guess I'm Mama Bruno.
Yep. Nice.
And so sorry. Yeah, there's weird things. I've been trying to add people onto Google Hangouts. They're just getting the invite, but they can't actually join. So I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Well,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, how's it going?
Good. Oh, and I suppose introductions are in order. So if you want to briefly introduce yourself in whatever name you want people to call you by.
Okay. I go by Modern Crusader on YouTube. I don't really make videos. I comment a lot on a lot of JoJo videos. But yeah, I guess you can call me Freddy. It's good.
Okay,
I can go
Freddie's
first name basis.
fine.
Yep.
And I take it that you are a manga regular. So I'm
Yep.
interested in your impression of the latest episode. Did it live up to your expectations? Was it different? Was it
Oh,
better?
it was just what I expected. I loved the episode. Like there were some parts where I was a little worried. Like there's this one part, like in the manga, like whenever everybody's souls are coming out, like everyone's souls are yellow, like the golden wind. But everybody else's souls were blue, and I was wondering, oh no, they're not going to do that to Bruno, are they? But,
Oh,
but no, they gave him the golden wind, and I was happy with that. That's all I wanted. That's
yeah.
oh man.
I to be honest, I was spoiled by his death. I thought well, I've only saw like the thumbnail. And that was
Okay, yeah.
months and months ago. I like when I started wanting to do his cosplay, I typed in Bruno,
Yeah.
is it Bucciolati? Is the manga version.
Yeah.
And I got his death video already.
Oh, that's
I
so
knew it was
sad.
going to
Yeah.
happen, but I thought it was gorgeous. And I'm glad that they kind
Oh,
of
it
gave
was.
him the emphasis and made him the golden wind that's in the
Yeah.
title.
It was so beautiful. I loved it. Oh man. Okay, that whole scene with him saying like, "Giorno, I leave the rest to you. This is the way it's meant to be." Like
I
it was
was
beautiful.
Yeah, I was actually happy. Like, I wasn't sad for him
Exactly.
because his character got the entire arc he needed. Like, he got justice. He knew his dad would like
Yeah.
be avenged. And in terms of like JoJo deaths, for me, it's probably like the most like beautiful death, if that makes sense. I
Yeah.
don't want to make that sound weird, but after that,
Right.
like
It
Caesar,
was
and then
gorgeous.
oddly,
Oh
Iggy Iggy got,
yeah.
like, a very dramatic send-off, and to be honest,
Yeah.
I didn't care for Iggy as a character
Oh my
so
god.
much. Like
Okay, I grew to love him because I'm a and yes, the way he
yeah.
saved Polnareff and oh man.
He started off as a comedic character, like,
Yeah.
it was fart jokes, basically. He farted on
Exactly.
everyone, but he did
Yeah.
grow as a dog and as a
Yeah.
character.
Yeah. It's strange how Rocky's always killing dogs. Oh, man, I'm glad there weren't any dog deaths this season.
Yeah, I'm not sure, does he have a thing against dogs? Because, like, is it the very first episode of Phantom Blood,
Yeah.
like, or is
Oh
it the
yeah.
second episode that Dio
It's the
just
first
basically
episode.
cooks the dog
Yeah.
alive?
It's so sad. He puts him in the
Oh
incinerator.
my god. And I don't
Yeah.
know if he has something against cats as well, because was it Joseph who was like terrorizing a poor cat?
Yeah, I remember that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. He was teasing the cat with a piece of fish. Yeah. Okay, there's a cat death actually in part 3 that was gruesome as heck. It's when Dio stops time. He punches the cat.
Oh
And
my god. Yeah.
that part. Yep. And they're eating the pieces of the cat. Like the pieces of the cat go into the food, and God,
That's
Araki.
disgusting.
It is disgusting. Oh
Well, I
man.
noticed it's like a trope, like in a lot of horror films in general.
Oh
Like
yeah, totally.
cats are usually murdered. Like you murder someone's cat to like terrorize them.
That's messed
Like,
up.
is it the girl with the dragon tattoo?
Okay. I
Um
haven't seen it. I want
oh
to.
my god, that is probably I'm a huge horror fan, but
Yeah.
seeing that movie in theaters traumatized me, and there is a song by Enya that will never
Oh my
be the
god.
same. The Sail
Yeah.
Away, Sail Away. Um,
Oh
let's
no.
just say it's highly disturbing and it
Oh,
ruins Enya
no.
for me.
That's messed up. I love Enya's music.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's relaxing. Like
Oh yeah.
I don't know if this is too much information, but I had a Enya playlist when I went into wisdom tooth surgery. I
Yeah.
just listened to Enya and had
Nice.
like painkiller and I was fine.
Yep. I imagine you were tripping too. Like,
A little bit. Like, I didn't get the IV because I'm afraid of needles, so I got as little painkillers as possible and no IV.
okay.
Just
Yeah.
Enya and I'm fine.
Yep. Yeah. Then I love the musical references. Like Enya was referenced in part 3. Like
Was she? I
Enya the
wonder.
Hag.
Okay.
Like
Oh,
the
was
old
she
lady.
the old lady Baba, the
Yep.
Oba-chan?
Yep.
Okay.
Enya. Yep.
I had no
Okay.
idea. I didn't make that connection. And I
Yeah.
guess
Like in the
it took.
title,
Oh,
it'll say Enya Ba, but her name is Enya the Hag. It's like Ba being the hag.
I think Ba is like a nickname in multiple like maybe is
I know
it
in Japanese, it's
Russian
like
like Baba like or
okay.
kind of
He's like Baba means like old lady. Like I've seen that
yeah,
in
I
quite.
think Ba is like in multiple languages something similar sounding to that. It means like an old lady, like babushka in
Okay, yeah,
Russia.
that makes sense. Yeah, yeah, that totally makes sense.
Oh, I will say
Yeah.
while we are on the topic of animals, I am happy that David Pro, I think they showed a
Yep.
scene where the dog and his
Oh,
owner
yeah.
are hugging. So that
Yes.
was
Oh my
like
God.
a
Yeah.
cute little
You like
bow
Benedict?
tie happy
Yep.
ending. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Someone
Totally.
mentioned Benedict. So apparently I guess Benedict is the dog that survived and had a happy ending.
Yep. It's one of the few cases that there's actually a dog that survives.
Oh god.
I'm so happy. No, and I don't think any animals died in part 5. Like,
I'm thinking, well, unless you include humans, but other than
yeah,
that,
yeah,
wait, maybe
so-
birds have birds died?
oh yeah, yeah.
Probably,
Purple haze.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, like they melted with purple haze's virus.
Someone mentioned that cars saved a dog, and at least he
Oh
did
my
that.
God, I remember that. Yep, that was an awesome scene. Those Nazis were trying to run over the dog. Cars
Oh
just
my
out of the
god.
saves the dog.
That is his one saving grace other
Yeah.
than being beautiful. And then didn't he turn a squirrel, like he created a
Oh
rabid
my
squirrel?
God. Yes, he created a squirrel from his hand, and then he had that squirrel eat the squirrel that was in love with
Oh my
his
god. That
messed up.
reminds me of the evil bunny scene from Monty Python.
Oh my God, yes. That's hilarious.
And then
Exactly like the yep.
yeah, I think the thing that Cars did was similar to Dio was he created this weird chimera human. So I guess if you have supernatural powers, just create these terrible chimera monsters to
Yeah.
terrify people.
Part 1 Dio was weird. Like he combined like he put a human's head on a cat body. Like that was just some weird stuff.
He was going through an experimental phase. Like he's
Yeah.
got new vampire powers. Of course he's gonna just mess around and play around.
Yep, totally. Then like once Dio got out from the ocean, he's just like with women all the time, like sucking their blood, just standing there in the shadows. Like I
As
love Shadow Dio.
vampires do. He can't be in sunlight, so that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. But I love whenever, like, throughout the beginning of part three, like, you can't see his face at all, even though we've seen his face in the past. Like, just makes it more mysterious. Like, I love that effect,
Well,
that pose he does.
we hadn't technically seen him since what is like part one, because after he fused his head onto Jonathan,
Yes. Oh
so
my
there
God.
is some, I guess, mystery about what his final new appearance is about, and it's just more foreboding and dramatic because
Oh,
he's
totally.
totally dramatic.
Yep. Oh, Dio, he's so dramatic. Oh man. But about part five, like, we've been off on a little tangent there.
I
So
was.
part five. Yep.
Is it just me, or when Giorno said like this is, or I guess it was his stand, he was like, this is Requiem. And then
Yes.
Diavolo kept saying like maybe Kono wa Diavolo da.
Uno Diavolo da. Yep.
It reminded me of Dio, and I just
Oh,
wish that
totally.
there's like a brief Dio cameo, like
Oh,
God is the devil. Maybe we could see
that would
that
be
pan out.
epic.
Eyes of Heaven, were you mentioning?
Okay. In Eyes of Heaven, like, yeah, all these JoJo characters like finally meet each other. Like they like yeah, Jotaro meets Jonathan for the first time and he's like, holy crap, like and it's so crazy. Like and I don't know if Diablo and Dio have like a unique interaction. I mean, like
Uh,
their powers are kind of like time, like they have something to do with time. I wonder if they have an interaction.
they're both
But
divas, though. I think like the title of the latest episode was King of Kings, and
yes, yep.
he's a total like he's simultaneously insecure and like super conceited. Like he
Oh,
wanted to
totally.
fight a 15-year-old because his daughter called him a coward, and then he ran back.
Oh yeah. Yep, that was hilarious.
Seeing King Crimson's like he's a super like emotive, expressive
Oh yeah.
stand. So seeing him
Oh
have a
yeah.
meltdown saying, I am worthy of the
Yeah.
arrow.
Yeah. That was
Nope.
hilarious. Bruno, don't do this. Look, do you see anyone else that's worthy? What? King
It is
Crimson's face too. He's so like the way he screams. His oh man
he has
is
two faces though, which makes it even
yep,
funnier. Double the
yep.
screaming.
Yeah, he's pissed off and then really pissed off. That's what he is.
He can
Yep.
be slightly charismatic, which I find interesting. Like he was trying
Oh yeah.
to convince Risotto, like, give me your blood and I'll kill you
Uh,
so you don't have to be embarrassed in front of Bruno.
oh yeah, that scene with
He can
risotto.
be
Oh man.
a little bit charismatic when he wants to,
Oh
and then he
yeah.
just melts down. I
Yep.
think
Yeah, I love Diablo.
it kind of does remind me of Kira almost. Didn't Kira
Oh
cry
yeah.
and have a meltdown because Koichi like was nearly defeating him?
Yep. Because he found out Yoshikage Kira's name through looking at his life. He's like, you. It just hurt his pride a lot.
Those darn kids. I would have gotten away with it too.
Yep. Kira gets ran over by an ambulance. That's dope.
Ooh, I think someone mentioned hopefully a new JoJo game. I would love for like amazing graphics. Would they not? Would they wait until the next console though?
Oh yeah, true. I mean,
It might be a while before. Also, would they wait until is it part 8 is over until they add more characters? I'm not sure.
ooh, that's interesting. Like part eight, like I'm caught up to part eight. That's I don't see any signs of it like slowing down. Like
Okay.
we're at a place in the story that's like actually never mind. We might be in like the I think maybe another year or two. Part eight will end, considering the pace that Araki's going at.
And I'm not sure if you heard this rumor as well, but I believe Araki said that part 8 might be the last JoJo arc.
No, please,
What?
no, please, no. No way. There's
I
no
think
way.
he's like he looks super young, but I think he's almost 60. I can look up
Yeah,
his age, but he looks
yeah.
immortal and fabulous.
He does not age. He's a vampire.
He is a vampire secretly.
Yep.
One sec. Araki age.
He's at least 60 something.
He's 59.
Oh,
He does
really?
not. Yeah, he's 59, and it's amazing that he's created like these super intricate stories and
Oh
like
yeah.
the drawings he does like within a span of a
Oh
week.
yeah.
I think now because part 8 is seinen, it might is it
It's
monthly?
monthly. Yeah, it's
Okay.
monthly. But it's crazy. Like you look at the evolution of Araki's art style. Like back then, he started with buff Fist of the North Star style, and now he developed his own style, and that's one of the things I love so much about it.
I think he
Like,
said like he was influenced by like different movies or different stories. I think he
yep,
said for
totally.
like part 3 he was influenced by like these action stars and super
Yep,
buff
yep.
people. Probably the same with part 2. And then he became more inspired by like Italian art sculptures and stuff
Yes,
once we got into part 5.
totally. Like, I also love like the fashion references that Araki will throw in. Like on some volume covers and stuff, you'll see like straight up, it's a cover of what's Vogue, like the character's doing a thing
Oh,
from Vogue, and
he's
then
really interested and inspired by a lot of Italian fashion.
oh yeah, and then Gucci especially, like he did a collaboration with Gucci, and like, he's done multiple. It's so awesome. Like Rohan, then Jolene. Oh
Did you
man, like
see? I believe like it's weird. There's Bruno and Abbacchio and Jolene in their own spin-off story. I think
oh
it's
my god,
Fuji
yes.
Flying High. I'm not
I
sure
think
how
it's
the
Flying High
timelines
Gucci.
work.
Me either. It's I don't think those are canon.
Oh,
Just somewhere. Yep.
there's one interesting comment I just saw that I want to bring up. That said, Diavolo would win against Dio. Once Dio unstops time, Diavolo would undo whatever Dio tried to do and
Ooh.
bu- butcherati him, so like
Yep.
kill him. But he's a vampire. Like if
Yeah, he's
he had
like
both
that.
his vampire powers and actually used them, um,
Right. Like Dio has like a huge advantage, I'd say. Like, yeah, Diablo can like erase time, quote unquote. Like he can do his ability, but Dio combined with stopping time and being a vampire, like Diavolo, he doesn't have much defense. Like he's awesome at attacking. Like he can punch a hole straight through somebody like nothing. But I think
Dio
with
can regenerate, right?
yeah, he can
Like
regenerate. So I think it would be a close fight, but I think Dio would still come out on top. Like because like that healing, like Diablo doesn't have that healing. Like if you hit Diablo, he won't be able to regenerate.
yeah, my bet would be on Dio because just battle experience, I think you might psych out. Diavolo might. Both of them are divas, but I feel like you can kind of taunt Diavolo
Yeah,
into doing stupid things.
yeah. Now I think if Dio were to fight Giorno, Giorno would win without having to do anything. Because like you saw
Oh,
Requiem, Gold Experience Requiem, like that is the most overpowered ability I think in all of fiction. Like,
basically, you revert everything to a state of 0. I would say though,
yes.
Rohan's stand
Oh,
is like
true.
it's god power. Like you could write like I will win against Giorno. You could write that. It's so
True, yeah.
OP. So
I,
maybe Rohan, like if
yep.
he really wanted to. But the thing is, I think he uses his powers to like learn insight on people and as a
Yeah.
mangaka, so it's a good thing he's not like an absolutely evil character.
Yeah. Just a little
You
bit
just want
psychotic.
to learn about Giorno's backstory.
Yeah, totally. I didn't want to spoil stuff, but in one of the light novels, something happens, and Rohan and Giorno. I don't want to spoil. No, no, I'm not spoiling part 6. Oh man,
Wait, do
but
Rohan and Giorno eventually meet?
it's in a light novel. Like something like that happens. Like I
It's in
really
the
don't want to spoil
official?
part 6.
Is in
Like
the
something huge happens in part 6. I really don't want to spoil it.
okay. I
No
started
spoiler.
reading part 6. I'm not a fan of the minor villains as much. There's like
Oh
two
my
that
god,
to
so
me.
ridiculous. Yep. I love Pucci. Pucci is a badass.
Pucci is
Like,
great. Father Pucci with the booty.
oh my gosh, he is Dio's number one fuckboy. Like,
I
he's
th-
like Dio's number one fan. He's so devoted to Dio.
I think Dio
And
has that effect though, like the same with Vanilla Ice that
oh yeah, totally.
were debating that he was probably his little side toy for a while.
Yep, totally. Like, have you seen like in part 6 there are some flashbacks that Pucci has? Have you seen those yet?
I started on the "Do you believe in heaven" line,
Oh my
or
god.
no, not
Do
"Do
you
you
believe in
believe in
gravity?
gravity." Yeah, that was an
Yes.
amazing scene, and I actually really, really love Dio and Part Six's art style.
Yes. I love him in that art style. He's so fabulous.
Oh, someone
Oh my
wrote a
god.
question that I think
Yep.
is interesting. Does Dio have
Yep.
body heat? If so, sheer heart attack would wreck him. Wait, I thought with sheer heart attack it launched onto heat. So if he
It launches
doesn't,
on anything that has a heat source.
yeah. So if Dio, he's like a weird vampire. I'm not sure about the vampire lore in JoJo, like because he
Dio
does.
sweats. Like
Okay,
there was that in part 3 whenever he just like flexes and all the sweat comes off of him.
maybe because he has the body of a human, he has weird hyper.
True, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I imagine he has some sort of body temperature because he has Jonathan's body.
yeah,
But yeah, that's interesting.
and
Sheer
it's
heart attack.
Giorno has two dads.
Yeah, Jonathan and Dio, yep. Took the best aspects from both of them. Like Dio's determination and like what brutality when it comes to fighting, and then Jonathan's like noble nature, like things are he wants some justice, his sense of justice.
I'm still trying to figure out Giorno's morality because he seems absolutely fine with like stealing and stealing 100 cars and like yeah,
Well,
he
he
does
does what he has to for his gang.
he joins a gang. But it's a
Yeah.
noble gang.
He wants to stop people from selling drugs to kids. I think
Yeah,
that's a good.
that's a noble cause. Not sure how he got there, but I'm just glad he found one sort of purpose in his life.
Yeah, totally. I know like David Production, like they've added so much awesome stuff to that wasn't in the manga for part 5. Like that whole opening
Okay.
scene with Giorno, like establishing like he's willing to steal money and stuff, but he walks in that alley around like a bunch of like teenagers who are all drugged up, and he's like, you can see that Giorno doesn't like that.
Was that not in the manga at all, or at
That
least
was
not
not
in
the manga.
Okay.
Giorno's first appearance in the manga was with Koichi, actually.
Okay. And
Yeah, when yeah.
I'm still not sure why it was Koichi
Yeah.
of all people. I guess it's kind of some sort of extending the torch and having a
Right.
tie-in and some sort of continuity between the two stories. Was Jotaro in the manga as well?
Yeah, he was like he was looking at the picture and everything. Like that was in the manga. That was the first time we ever see Jotaro with the picture. Like I'm so happy. Back in part 3, they established that they take that picture, pretty much confirming part 5 is going to happen. Like in part 3, they never took the picture.
Okay. That was a cool little touch though.
Oh yeah, totally awesome. I'm really hoping in at the end of part 5 here we're going to get the final episodes. I'm really hoping there's a hint toward part 6. Like at the end of part 2, like Joseph is on his way in the airport to Japan. That was in the manga though, but what wasn't that David Production added was Jotaro in the jail cell looking menacing.
Oh, I hope they have Jolene in the jail
Yeah,
cell, maybe.
I would love that.
Like father, like daughter.
Yeah, go back to part 3. I would love that so
I
much.
think
Oh
some
man.
people were saying that part 6 might be skipped, but that makes no sense
No.
to me. They
No,
better
no, 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 no. Okay, part 6 matters a lot. Like okay, a lot of people see part 6 as kind of inferior and stuff, but I personally I love part 6. I think a lot of the fights are stupid, but I love part 6 overall. Like and part 6 matters a lot in the grand scheme of JoJo.
Okay.
Like like people it won't make sense if you skip part 6 and go straight to part 7 because something gigantic happens in part 6 and I really can't spoil it. Oh
Okay,
man.
no spoilers.
No spoilers, please. But oh my god, part 6, I cried. Okay. I I can't. Like, you'll know when you get there.
Okay.
So how far are you into part 6?
I'm literally just got to the "Do you believe in gravity" scene.
I love that scene so much. Yeah.
But I think it kind of humanizes Dio a little bit because he's already dead. So it's like we're seeing him interact. I love when other like villains interact. Like with the Squadra, they feel like one of the most human, relatable bunch. Maybe not relatable. Some of them are.
I love the relationship between Perfuto and Pucci. That was awesome. Straight from the manga. And I love how David Productions added some stuff with La Squadra. Like, they added that entire flashback during the Little Feet fight. They added that entire part, like that part where he puts the car in the drink. That wasn't in the manga.
Oh my god. And wait, was that the scene of them just hanging out and then I think is it Melone?
Yeah. He just licks his lips.
Yeah. He apparently
they added that.
But it adds personality and character. And
I love how they did that.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm so happy they did that. They added a lot of stuff to part 5.
And then I think sorry. I'm reading the chat as well, so I'm bringing up some comments that people are saying. Someone mentioned, isn't David Production busy with this new anime called Fire Force? I wouldn't expect an announcement soon. So I believe they're talking about part 6, but I believe they're the studio taking on. Have you started watching Fire Force yet? Or have you seen?
I haven't. I want to, though. Like, I almost watched it like last night.
I was gonna see if I had time before the stream, but I was like, gosh darn it, I don't have time.
Okay, I think part 6, like, David Production is definitely gonna do parts 1 through 6. Like, if you go all the way back to part 1, you see the opening, like, it starts with Jolene, and then it goes all the way back through the timeline. Like, Jolene, then Giorno, then Josuke, then Jotaro, and it's such an awesome. It's like the first 2 seconds you can miss it if you blink.
Oh, is it like kind of they're showing the mangas?
Yes, they're showing the manga panels. Yep, they're showing the manga panels like the most. It's going part 6, 5, 4, 3, like kind of recapping, starting from the beginning with part 1.
All right, then I'm really hoping they do Jolene. She's one of my favorite JoJo's so far.
She is awesome. I love Jolene.
I think I'm getting feedback. I'm not sure if you have both things open, but I'm hearing my voice echo from your end, I think.
Oh man, it hasn't been echoing this whole time, has it?
Just faintly every once in a while. It might depend on your proximity to the mic or if you have something else, or I don't know. I'm just hearing myself echo back.
Okay. I think I turned the volume down somewhat. I can still hear you.
Okay, awesome. And let me know if you need turned up or anything. Oh, and then one thing I didn't mention, I did a video earlier, but I didn't quite talk about Giorno's Requiem stand. And how do you feel about the design?
I love Giorno's Requiem design. Like, I know whenever I first originally read the manga, like that panel was gorgeous. Like, I have that as my laptop home screen. It's such a beautiful.
Oh, wait, I think it's like he's doing
his pose.
He's doing a pose, and their faces are together.
Doing his Giorno pose, where he's like kind of holding his shirt to the left here, and then holding his pant leg. But wow, I love Requiem. I love the design for Requiem, like the arrow in the head. Like, he's finally become one with the arrow. Like, I love that.
I will say parts of it I don't understand. I know Gold Experience, it looks kind of like a ladybug or a beetle to me, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Gold Experience Requiem kind of looks like an alien.
Well, yeah, totally. Like,
it's cool design.
It's become one with like the alien virus that Palmer asked.
Oh, maybe that's part of it. That makes sense. I was like, it kind of reminds me of an alien from not Biohazard.
Yeah, Resident Evil. No,
not Resident
I think Biohazard, Resident Evil. Oh man,
huge Mass Effect. It looks like a
Okay,
Mass
yeah.
Effect alien. And something about its eyes are super unnerving because it doesn't have eyelids and it just has
Oh
this
my god.
perpetual, like, intense glare.
Yeah. It's just giving off the menacing aura that Requiem is so powerful. Oh, man.
Yeah. Revert everything back to zero, like, cancel out anything.
Yep. It's such an awesome power too. Like, oh man, Diavolo. Okay, I really don't want to spoil the rest of the final 2 episodes.
Okay, save that for later, and I am
Yeah,
planning a slightly more formal discussion, like we might get some question prompts and more
yeah,
thematic, longer questions for that. But
totally. Yeah.
someone mentioned in the chat, wish King Crimson Requiem was a thing. He already has 2 powers combined from, like, 2
Yeah.
different souls.
Yeah,
So
he has
would he have a third face with a third
yeah,
power? How would that even work?
yeah. A little small tiny face on the tiny face. About that, like just King Crimson with tiny face, tiny face, tiny face goes on forever.
It's like a Russian stacking doll.
Yeah, it's so. I love King Crimson's design. It's just so like, it's so weird looking and like looks so. I keep saying menacing because JoJo.
It's the eyes, yeah, and I
Yeah.
think it's kind of, it's like a cross quilt pattern, almost like a
Oh
is
yeah.
it supposed to be medieval for, like, a king or something?
Okay, yeah, it makes sense because like it makes me think of like you ever listen to King Crimson the band?
I've heard a song from them, and I've seen the cover, and I think the screaming is supposed to be reminiscent of the
The
album cover.
Totally, yeah. Like the Court of the Crimson King, that is an awesome album. And it just makes me think like there are some lyrics in those songs, like what are the lyrics? Let's see here. I can't remember the lyrics right now, but it's straight up like you hear these lyrics, you're gonna think of King Crimson, The Stand.
Wait, I can look it up now. Wait,
Cute.
lyrics. No, it's showing me the album. I know,
Yep.
also 21st Century Schizoid Man.
Yes.
I know
I
that
love
from
that
the
song.
Kanye West album, but that's
Yeah,
incorporated in,
Kanye
like,
West.
the dual personalities. The
Yeah, I know.
choir singing softly sing 3 lullabies in an ancient tongue for the court of the
For the
crimson.
Court of the Crimson King. Yeah, that's such an awesome song. Oh,
It
man.
kinda reminds me like it has, like, a old 60s medieval almost
Oh yeah.
feeling.
Yeah, I totally get that vibe. Yeah. And sometimes like I'll even think like like I love JoJo so much my other favorite thing is Berserk. Like I'll sometimes get some Berserk vibe.
Oh, wait, where do you get, like, the Berserk references from? And what
Like in
characters?
the I'm thinking of like the song The Court of the Crimson King. I'm just thinking about sometimes I get Berserk references. And then like the
Okay.
Bayolet too, like the Bayolet screaming, like that reminds me a lot of that screaming the album cover from The Court of the Crimson King and also
Oh,
King
the
Crimson.
face. Okay, the
Yep.
palette.
Yeah, the little Bayolet face whenever it's finally screaming with the blood coming out of the eyes. Ah, yikes. Berserk is crazy.
It's Berserk.
Yep,
Literally Berserk.
it is. I love that series, but let's get back to JoJo.
Okay, got it, got it. And I'm
Yep.
wondering, what other things have I not addressed so far? The Requiem stand. Did you anticipate that, Giorno, while you're reading the manga, that he'd get a Requiem stand? Or at what point did you think, "Oh, he's got a final stage, he has a power-up?"
Ooh. Well, the thing was, I was already like a little spoiled to like. I played Eyes of Heaven, so like
Okay.
I played Eyes of Heaven before I read Part 5, so I knew Giorno eventually gets Requiem. I didn't know like the process he would go through to get it. So like finally experienced like I was like, I know it's going to happen soon. Like, how is it going to happen though?
Yeah.
But I love that scene though. It was great.
I think the moment for me, it reminded me, I believe, was it Koichi, of all people, he also has a Requiem stand.
True.
So when I was like breaking out of his shell and started cracking, I was like, oh yeah, he has a power up.
Yep. Like, I don't think it's exactly a Requiem stand. It's like an evolution. Like his stand, as he developed as a character, like he started so weak, and then his will got a lot stronger. Like it caused his stand to actually evolve. Like, but yeah, I saw the similarities too, because like finally cracking out of the skin that was his older stand. Like Giorno and Koichi did the same thing, and that's really cool.
I wonder.
Yep.
Oh, I have to look it up, but can technically a person get a Requiem stand without the arrow? I thought technically Koichi had a like Requiem stand out of sheer willpower, like it has like 3 different stages, or is that just a part of his stand? Like
That's just a part of his stand, I'm pretty sure.
okay.
Like you need the arrow in order. This is a different arrow than all the other arrows. This arrow has a beetle on it, which
Okay. It was
kind
meant
of significant.
to belong to Giorno though with the beetle then. It was
Yes.
fate. Dun dun dun.
It was Fate. Oh man, I really don't want to spoil stuff with Fate. But the last couple episodes really have a lot to do with Fate, and it's going to be so surreal.
Okay. And I
I'm
think I
not
want to.
spoiling. Yep.
There are some references. I think I forget which Michelangelo sculpture. Darn it. The 2 other people were like Italian art experts. So I'm sad they couldn't join us. But there's something to do with like a slave sculpture in the Wheel of Fortune that's kind of incorporated. So once it all pans out, I want to kind of
Yeah, we'll
maybe
totally talk about that. I know what you're talking about.
talk about how fate is incorporated into the main theme, but I haven't seen the end, so I can't.
Yes, you haven't seen the end.
It's not over yet, but I
It's
would
not
be
over
happy if it was an hour-long Muda session.
yet. Okay, since I read the manga, I know what's coming, and I've been waiting to see this part animated finally. Like,
Oh,
I don't know if I want to. I'm not going to spoil it. No.
no spoilers. Just I noticed at least I started reading Stone Ocean because the fights are so bizarre. Like it's harder to register the panels, so it would be nice to finally see certain scenes animated.
Oh, definitely. Like, I kind of had that same problem when I originally read Part 5. So, like 3 years ago, I was a junior in high school. I was reading Part 5 on my phone all the time. The only version they had available were these crappy scans that were, and then badly translated as well. You could hardly tell what was going on. Once the manga finally came out in full color and in English, it blew my mind. Like, hell, it kind of blew my mind when I read it in black and white because I could kind of tell what was going on from the descriptions. Like, you just couldn't really tell because the scans were so bad.
It's a shame. I'm not sure why. Like, I think the manga's like, well, up to 30 years old. It's kind of an older manga. It's just a shame that they're so slow on translating it for
Yeah, true.
official English adaptations.
That's true. Yeah, we're only on Part 4 whenever we're like the printed ones right now.
To be fair, though, they are a lot of volumes.
There are so many volumes. Yep.
Oh God.
I don't know how many volumes JoJo has in general. Like, it's an entire like bookcase full of stuff.
Yeah, like
if you look at the Japanese volumes, like there are box sets of like parts. Like you can buy all of Part 6, and it's like however many volumes.
I think it has to be at least 14 volumes each. So it's like maybe almost a total of 100 volumes right now, or over.
Oh, I think it's more. I think it's over 100 volumes right now.
But I think the same is with One Piece, and I don't know whether because it's more popular, they're just more current with certain manga.
Oh yeah, true. Like One Piece, like that comes out every week, and it's been going since 1999, 1998, around that time. But Araki, like, there are kind of less volumes than One Piece right now because Araki switched over to a monthly magazine during Part 7.
Okay, and I honestly wish more mangaka did monthly for their health, and so they can actually properly plan out where they want their story to go.
Definitely. Like, I love reading part 8 every time a new chapter comes out. Like, you know how it is with JoJo. Like, this is happening, this crazy stuff's happening. Then a twist like this, it just, the wait for a month for a new chapter is.
That would be one bummer, unless you are behind and then you can binge read, which
Yeah, like, I binge read, like, the mangas. Whenever I finished the part 4 anime, I binge read part 5, part 6, part 7, and then I caught up to part 8. They were all.
And now you have to do the long wait. Ooh,
Yeah,
I have to bring up something that was mentioned. Well, two different comments that were mentioned in the chat. Someone said, but if that's the case, how's it possible Golden Experience got pierced by Pulpo's arrow and didn't transform? And then earlier, someone mentions that the specific arrow that Giorno
has the beetle on it, yeah.
a higher percentage of the alien virus. So is that particular arrow?
Yeah, that's
special.
It's that particular arrow. Like, people call it the Requiem arrow, like, on the wiki.
Got it.
Like, Pulpo's arrow had the power to draw out stand abilities. This arrow had a lot more potential. Like, it's never like specified, but that's just kind of what the community has agreed upon.
Got it.
But yeah, it's crazy that Polnareff. Okay, like, the fact that Diavolo, he's the one who gave the arrows to Enya, and the reason that Dio got a stand, like, in the long scheme of things, it's crazy.
Gosh darn it, it's all Diavolo's fault. Was he the did he dig up the arrows, correct?
He dug up the arrows, then he sold them to Enya. He sold all of them except for one to Enya. The other one he gave to Pulpo. I don't know why he would have sold the Requiem arrow, though.
For chaos. Yep. Well, that doesn't, like, if he wants to be a king and he's creating this mass chaos, like, if I was him, I just hoard the arrows for myself so only I have special abilities. But unless...
Totally, but...
He seems so paranoid that, yes, he could have super-powered underlings, but then they could more easily kill him. Maybe he was conceited and didn't think they'd be able to.
Yeah, but totally.
It's funny that Giorno keeps calling Diavolo boss.
Yeah, I love that song. Bossu.
Bossu, Bossu. I will.
Yep, I love that. Reminds me of Doppio whenever he. Well, Bossu. Rest in peace, Doppio. Oh man.
I was sad. Like, I'm trying to still figure out like what exactly Diavolo is. It feels like a Rosemary Baby situation that maybe it's two souls. One is like a demonic spirit that was in that body, and that's how the baby was born. But now that Doppio is dead, like, I have no mercy for Diavolo right now.
First, Doppio was on the line. We could save him somehow, but no, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, poor Doppio. He deserved better.
Oh, he deserved a lot better. Like, he was still like on the boss's side though. Like, he was still rooting the boss on whenever he was dying. Like, boss, you're in that body, you can do it and stuff. But it's because they were so close to each other. Yeah, literally.
Well, they shared the same body, and I think he just was probably like a lonely character. And
yeah,
pure
and he said, "Please call me. I'm so lonely." That was so sad.
He has one of the saddest deaths of part 5, but I think it was Abbacchio, for whatever reason, that made me cry the hardest. I'm not sure if this was in the manga, but him meeting his cop friend, and then
yes, that was in the manga.
Of the final bus stop, it reminds me of is it The Winter Soldier? Like, I'll follow you till the end of the line, and here Abbacchio, he's at the final stop.
Yeah, that was in the manga. That scene was in the manga where he's meeting his boss. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Okay, that's okay. Sorry about that. I'm not sure if you've seen fan art already, but there's people who've done like cool like reuniting of Bruno and Abbacchio, or like Bruno meeting Narancia and Abbacchio in heaven, because so much of his crew, they're dead and in heaven.
It's sad. Yeah, I think I saw you retweeted one that was like all 3 of them are on the bus and like they're finally going to heaven like that.
I've retweeted so much fan art. I'm sorry for all the spam for anyone who follows me on my Twitter.
It's good. I love the fan art. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I mostly use Twitter. Like, there's some nasty sides of Twitter where people just get into arguing flame wars. Like, if
Yeah.
you saw with I know this is a tangent, but with the Ariel thing, that was
Okay.
like a troll trying to create arguments, and they've done other things where they try to just get people to argue with each other about there being a African American Ariel. And
Right.
for me, I don't personally mind because
Yeah,
mermaids, they're mythological creatures. And
exactly. Yeah.
The Little Mermaid is based off of a Hans Christensen fairy tale
Yeah.
anyway. So it deviates from the main story anyway. It's just all the reoccurring live actions that I feel
Yeah.
are unnecessary in general.
Yep. They're making so many live actions of so many like they're playing the safe game. Like this worked when it was animated. Let's do it live action this time.
Well, it
I'm
has
not,
the core fan base, but there's just so many like fairy tale adaptations still. Like I really enjoyed Tangled. I
yeah, Tangled
preferred
was
it
fun.
better than Frozen. Yeah.
Yeah. Frozen, I was kind of lukewarm on it. Like what is like it got that song Let It Go got played so much and my sister loved
Oh
it.
my
I
god.
was around it 24/7. I was like
It's time to let it go. Go.
just let it go.
Just let it go. Let it all
Yeah.
go.
I'm glad I used to hear it on the radio so often at work and
Oh.
so much. Like no matter what station I was on, like we were on like this station that says we play everything. They played that song over
No,
and
they just
over.
play let it go.
Yep. Oh man, I stopped listening to the radio a while ago because it's just same music over and over again.
Well,
I
for
like
me,
Spotify
it's
a lot.
the commercials I don't like. So mainly I just listen to music playlists from YouTube.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, just so I get
Yeah,
only the songs I want.
right. I do that with Spotify. Like I made few Spotify play. I made a Spotify playlist for JoJo, like the musical references in part
Okay,
5.
that's
Like
cool.
it's so awesome. It like JoJo introduced me to so much awesome music. It's crazy. Like that Prince album, The Gold Experience, that's Giorno's Stand. I love that album.
Is
And
there an
yeah,
interview with Araki's music collection? I swear I've seen like a photo floating around of Araki
I
with like
saw
a Snoop Dogg
yeah,
album.
yes, with Doggy Style. Yes. Later on in part 8, there's a stand named Doggy Style now after that album.
Oh my god. Does he know the meaning? Does he know the meaning of doggy style? Oh my
I'm pretty
god.
sure he does. I'm pretty sure
I'm not
it is all
sure. I don't know if I should even mention this. I don't know how to process this information, but there is an interview of Araki saying that he had sex with the dolphin.
what? That can't be real. That cannot be real.
It was in an interview and he said it. I'm not sure
No,
if that actually
that's not
happened,
real.
but
That's not real. That is real. Like, it's people capitalizing on the Jotaro memes because people
that explains Jotaro. Yeah.
because Jotaro's a marine biologist. People are like, we didn't expect him to be a marine biologist. He must have a thing for wildlife, the fish in the ocean.
He just really loves the ocean so much that he abandoned Jolene. But no, I hear the explanation for that is like he was trying to avoid Dio and didn't want to endanger Jolene.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Aw, I don't want to get flashbacks to part 6, the ending. Oh,
Oh, I saw someone else mention something. Did you see Billie, is it Eilish cosplay as Jolene? I don't think she intentionally did, but there's like
me.
a picture of her with lime green hair and the buns.
Yeah, I saw that picture. Like it was her next to some little kid. It looked like Jolene and Emporio.
Yeah, the little baseball kid, the ghost boy. I
Yeah.
feel like
And then I saw a response to that tweet. What is like Raquel? Raquel is a villain that I don't want to spoil that part, but
I will say
he's one of the final fights in part 6, like leading up to Pucci, and he wears like this scarf thing kind of up to his the bottom of his mouth, and she was straight up wearing that outfit.
Is he the cowboy? He's dressed in cow print? I think.
Cow print. That was him.
Okay, I know he's one of Dio's sons.
Yes, I didn't know if you knew yet.
I knew that so far.
Okay, good. It's crazy. Dio.
He had a lot of kids. He got around. Yeah.
Yeah, like only one of them wasn't a failure.
Well, Giorno, he turned out pretty okay for joining a gang. It was a noble gang that was bent on actually ending the drug trade.
Yep, that is awesome. Have you met Donatello Versace yet?
No, no.
Oh my god, I love this dude. Okay, I can't spoil it. Oh my god.
But I realized I've just met Anna Sui, and it took me forever. I had a galaxy brain. I'm pretty sure a lot of them are named after designers. I think Anna Sui is. I love Anna Sui. Like, I have an Anna Sui dress, and it blew my mind. Like, oh, I've seen this name. Awesome. I think the spelling varies, but I'm pretty sure it's off the designer.
Totally, yeah. Like, heck, Pucci, like.
Is it Gucci? Only Pucci?
Like, there is some designer like named something Pucci.
Okay.
Then Enrico is also a fashion reference, like Enrico something. I don't know if it's Enrico Pucci. Like, that would be straight up taking the name. But Araki loves to like have his little spin on things, have the name a little bit different.
Yeah.
Like, it's instead of Donatello Versace, like over here in America, they have his name as Donatello Versus.
Oh, instead of Versace.
Yeah. It's interesting. I forgot who else are Dio's sons. I think you haven't met them yet, have you?
No, I don't think I've met any of them besides Giorno. I've seen Diego. I've seen Velociraptor Boy. No spoilers.
Okay.
I will say I barely know Diego, and I love him already. Him and Hot Pants.
Oh my god, Diego and Hot Pants. Oh, that is one of the best moments in all of Part 7. I cannot spoil it. Part 7.
I'm excited for that to finally happen. It might take like 2 or 3 years for the anime, actually. Wait, what is the span? Because I was really behind and late to the JoJo game.
Yeah.
Like, how long do they wait before doing another anime between arcs? Is it like every 2 years or?
Well, let me think here. The first anime was in 2012, like part 1 and 2. And and then 2014 is when they did Stardust Crusader, 2014 and 15, like, because it was 2 seasons.
Got it.
They did in part 4, they did 2016. Like, I don't know, it kind of varies. Like, the longest wait we've had to wait is between part 4 and 5. That's what I feel like. Or at least it feels the longest.
I'm wondering if they just had production things and different shows to focus on. Like, I think they're doing Fire Force right now. And from what I've seen, the animation is gorgeous. And I want to get started on that sometime today. It's like...
Oh, totally. I'm going to as well.
Yeah, Supernatural Firefighters.
Isn't it from the creator of Soul Eater?
Maybe. I'll see. Fire Force. It was originally a manga. One sec.
Yeah.
Fire Force. Some of the character designs look similar. Does Atsushi Okubo do Soul Eater?
I think he does. Like, I have a manga somewhere here that has an ad for Fire Force, and I think it said from the creator of Soul Eater. I'll check.
Okay, I'm seeing it now. And yeah, some of the character designs look similar to me.
All right. Let's see. This manga. Where's Fire Force? I know it's here. Let's see. A new series from the creator of Soul Eater, the mega hit manga and anime scene on Toonami, Fire Force. So it is from him.
There you go.
Yeah. I like Soul Eater.
I think someone someone mentioned the reason why there is a delay between part 4 and 5 is that they're doing, I think, the Rohan OVAs.
Yeah, the OVAs. Okay, I'm kind of hoping for part 5 we get some Fugo OVAs, because
Purple Haze feedback is what I keep hearing mentioned.
Yes, Purple Haze feedback, and then there are some other ones too. Like there's Golden Heart, Golden Ring. Like Part 5 has a lot of light novels based on it. Like, and some of it's considered.
Huh.
It's interesting. Like I think Part 5 has the most light novels in a JoJo part. There's some weird JoJo light novels too. There's this one, oh, I don't want to spoil stuff. Okay, I can't
Okay.
spoil it.
I'm
It's one
wondering.
called George Joestar. I can't. All I'll say is George Joestar. Some weird stuff
What on
happens in
earth?
that.
Is that the original JoJo Jonathan's father?
Okay, George Joestar. It's actually about Jonathan's son that he never met. So Joseph's father, his name was George as well.
Okay. That's trippy.
That's
Okay.
that's all I'll go into because crazy stuff happens in that book.
Time travel?
Well,
Really? Okay.
I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not
Okay,
gonna spoil
okay.
it.
And I'm
Let's-
wondering, maybe wrap up in 5 minutes about sounds good to you?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I'm wondering what else about the episode that hasn't been addressed.
I love the music so much. You said in your video they used Bucciarati's theme.
Yeah. That was
I
really
love that movie.
cool. And I think that's
Another thing, yeah.
a really awesome dig that like almost Diavolo seemed at the mercy of Bucciolati.
Yeah,
He's like, I am worthy, give it to me.
I love
Nope.
that so much.
Nope.
Okay, the song whenever Bucciolati was ascending and saying "I leave the rest to you, Giorno," we've heard that song before in Part 5. It was when Prosciutto was in the train gears and he was saying, "Pesci, you can do this." So like it's kind of a similar thing there. Like except Giorno, like he has the determination and the goodwill. Well,
Wait, are
Pesci,
you referring to the choir song or I think literally like the name means like fighting. So there's like the really aggressive sounding fight song that was played during the train arc?
oh no, it was a different one. It was kind of a like mellow, relaxing song. Like it had like little
Okay.
synthesizer. It was I don't want to sing it, but it was like it had violins in it too. It was like
Okay.
yeah, he was in the train gears, and then Bucciarati just zipped out of the train. He was like, and then he was I forgot what he said in that line though. It's that scene.
I think he called him like a piece of shit or something. Not prosciutto. I think he had more respect for prosciutto, but because
Yeah.
I think they were both bosses going after each other, I think
Yep.
because Pesci, is it Pesci? I'm
Yeah,
really bad at
Pesci.
Italian. Pesci
Yeah.
started threatening the turtle and Trish. He's like, "Oh, you are a piece of shit going after." Well, at that point, Trish didn't have a stand.
True.
Yeah.
She barely manifested. Okay, so that point, like I'm talking about the point before that. It's
Uh,
it's
like
like whenever Bruno and Pesci are just kind of standing there looking at each other. We're about to fight.
I'll have to go back and listen to it.
That song is beautiful. Like it played whenever Bruno was ascending too. I was expecting that song. Like
Okay.
there's an entire playlist for Part 5 soundtrack on YouTube. I really recommend it. It's awesome.
Awesome. Okay. And then I wonder if they also will come out like with a CD itself.
I think they do. Like in Part 5, they're releasing 3 separate releases for the soundtrack. One
Oh
of them is
wow. Oh
one of
god.
them is the second one I know is called it's Italian. The second one is called Intermissione or like intermission.
Okay, that makes sense.
Maybe that structure.
And what is your feeling on the change in opening songs? Like, I believe it was Fighting Gold was the first one, then Requiem. Huh? Hello? Did I lose
Sorry, I lost you
someone?
a little
Oh,
there.
I'm
Yep,
like,
I'm here.
oh no. Freddie
I'm
down,
here.
Freddie down.
I'm here. So you're saying the openings?
Yeah, what is your feeling on the change of songs, or which one do you prefer?
Ooh, I love Fighting Gold and I love Trader's Requiem. Wow. It's tough to say. I kind of prefer Trader's Requiem a little because I get kind of a
Okay.
manga vibe from it, like the opening part whenever like kissing the hand and stuff. That's the straight up the Godfather there.
I will say, well, like without considering, I do prefer like the background visuals for the second one because of the foreshadowing and tie-in. I
Yeah.
for whatever reason, Fighting Gold, it's like iconic to me, and it's like,
Oh
oh,
yeah,
it's
Fighting Gold
Jojo
is hype.
Friday. It gets you pumped. It gets you
It
pumped.
does. I
But
love that song too. Like I
yeah,
might fully, but Trader's Requiem just a little more for me because like the relevance of the plot in that opening.
totally. And I loved when they did like the shift to where they started adding Diavolo's monologue. That kind of brought up Diavolo. He upped in my eyes as a villain having that like
Yeah, that was amazing.
yeah.
I want to get those Italian the Italian people here so they could like see if we could see if that was accurate Italian that he was
Oh, I
speaking.
believe, yeah, it was probably the Japanese VA. I'm confused with the pronunciation because I'm listening to Japanese voice actors pronounce Italian names. So,
Yeah.
what is the real pronunciation here?
Yep. I know he says rimane something, but I love it the way Italians talk. I love the Assassin's Creed games. Like
Did they have
those games, I
actual
like them a lot.
Italians for that?
Well, like they had people with like Italian accents. It would like sounded awesome. Like they
Okay.
had some actual Italian in the audio in the dialogue.
I just feel sorry for any Italian JoJo fan hearing me butcher their language.
Yep.
It reminds me of have you ever watched Inglorious Bastards with
Yes, I love Inglorious Bastards.
Bongiorno?
Buongiorno. That was
uh, I forget his name. He's the actor who did Fight Club 2.
that Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Like he is actually a really funny comedian actor.
I've never seen it. I've only seen him in Inglorious Bastards and Fight Club. I think of the line where he's like Gorlami. He's just mispronouncing so much. I love Inglorious Bastards.
Yeah, I need to watch it again. Like it's when it gets to the end, it I can't regularly watch it because it's kind of disturbing and graphic.
Oh yeah,
Is it Guillermo del Toro?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's why. Ooh, I saw someone mention they contacted native Italians for Diavolo's part in the opening. Okay,
Yeah.
so it should be accurate and correct
That's awesome.
pronunciation. Yeah, that's really cool.
I love
Screaming in
that.
Giacco. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong.
Giacchio.
Giacchio.
Yeah. That was Bakugo's voice actor too. I love that.
Wait, really? And then
Yes.
Narancia was played by Deku. I will
Narancia's
say
Deku. Yep.
his voice actor was one of my favorites. And I will say for Diavolo, I really love his voice actor even more than Cars. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
really
true.
deep and ominous. I'm forgetting how to
Ominous.
speak. Ominous, yes.
Yeah.
Someone
His voice
asked,
acting is awesome.
have you checked out One Punch Man season 2? And for me, because they changed art studios, I didn't bother because I heard it was way less dynamic. I don't know about you.
Me either. Like I stuck with the manga. Like I've been buying the manga volumes for a while here.
The
Like pretty
manga
much what's
looks
getting
amazing.
animated. It is fantastic. I love the art style so much.
And I love I think it's the mini tsunami girl, but it looks like she has some amazing panels. What's her
Oh
name?
yeah. Her name. I think her Japanese name is Tatsumaki.
So
Tornado. They call
okay.
her Tornado.
Cool. I really
Yep.
like Tornado Girl's design.
Oh yeah, she's awesome. Yeah. Back to JoJo. What else was there about Part 5?
I want to save some left over for the big discussion, but
Yeah,
I'm
true.
wondering, shall we call it a wrap for today?
Yeah, sure. It's
All
been
right.
fun.
Well, thank you for joining me, and then hopefully, like, I will totally check in advance to try to make sure everyone can join in on the stream. Someone mentioned the story is improved though, and going back to what you said about all the spin-off novels, I'm wondering if
Yeah.
in part because of the character, they seem like they had better backstories and seemed more fleshed out. So I'm glad if
Oh,
more
definitely.
characters got explored.
Yeah, I know Fugo, like his backstory wasn't explored barely in the manga. Like we just got a couple sentences about his story, but we got a full flashback, and then Chocolata as well. That's so interesting how they added those.
Okay. I'm glad they did that because for me at least, these characters are probably the most overall well written compared to the previous arcs.
Yeah, I think so too. I love part 5 so much. It might be my favorite. It's a tie between part 5 and part 7.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
Well, yeah. Want to wrap it up now?
Yeah, and I want to say one more thing that I saw in the comments about who lost this sassy
Yep.
child is probably Bruno would say. Do you remember the panel from One Punch Man with Saitama pointing to who lost this sassy child? That's something Bruno would say as well. Sorry, that's random.
Hello? Oh, sorry, I cut out for a minute there.
But yeah, I miss Bruno. He's a good guy.
Aw,
Yeah.
best mom.
Best mom, best dad,
Yes.
best parental figure.
Yeah, Bruno might be the best written character in all of part 5. He's one of my favorite characters in all of JoJo.
I know it's kind of obvious who my bias is, but Bruno is my favorite, and then after that, probably Abbacchio.
Oh, Abbacchio, yeah. I love Abbacchio too. The way his story ends in that episode at the bus stop, that was
He's a good
glorious.
tsundere character. Like, he started off pissing in pots and having a
Yeah.
15-year-old drink his own pee, and then he's trying to help kids and get screwed over for it.
Oh, yeah, it's sad. The one time he shows a little,
When he shows compassion, when we
Yes,
actually
compassion,
catch him
yep.
in the act of being like well, he started off as a cop. He's innately a good person. He's just very ornery about it.
Yeah. Yeah, Abbacchio. Great character.
All right. Well, I'm going to call it a wrap. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And I guess I'll plug in again, probably, I think it's July 28th, people are leaning towards. We're going to have a large, big discussion that's also probably going to cover like anything anime so far as fair game seasons 1 through 5.
Yep.
So it'll be fun, and I'd hope you can join me again, Freddie, for that too.
Yeah, it's been fun.
All right. Oh, Abba was the true big titty goth girlfriend.
Oh, risotto for life.
Risotto and Abbacchio. And then I'd have to say Diavolo reminds me of a scene kid who does the whole stamp. I think it's canon that he adds the spots to his hair.
I think so too.
He's just that extra.
Yep. Yeah, I love all the characters.
All right. I guess on that note, I will end when I figure out where that broadcast button. I'm still fairly new to this. All right. Well, thank you all for joining me, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.